another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, chatting with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. The fight only finish with the weak ones. So when Jaja call you, watch how you respond. Dark face your fears, fight your demons. Can't be firm, we go to a tribulation. He is a heavy load, say that Chadana. Have a legacy fi build, so me fi carry on. And the dark days pray fi go to the storm. Now give up none time, cause that's what we want. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
Solid, me solid, just like a rock. Spiritually we fight a lot. They trap them, said ya cancel that. You just can't stop me, not try do that. Got to be careful of negligence. Move wise, use up your intelligence. Guard of honor like the presidents. Progress and its evidence. Me no care how much time they want turn me down. Think say me woulda tumble down. Chant to me ancestors speak Congo drum. That's why me know me have to overcome. Stand firm and not lean for no one. You can set up your own program. Have the whole world a sing out your slogan. No time in a slow down. Plus with
Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. The fight only finish with the weak ones. So when Jaja call you, watch how you respond. Dark face your fears, fight your demons. Can't be firm, we go to a tribulation. He is a heavy load, say that Chadana. Have a legacy fi build, so me fi carry on. And the dark days pray fi go to the storm. Now give up none time, cause that's what we want. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
solid, me solid, just like a rock. Spiritually we fight a lot. They trap them, said ya cancel that. You just can't stop me, not try do that. Got to be careful of negligence. Move wise, use up your intelligence. Guard of honor like the presidents. Progress and its evidence. Me no care how much time they want turn me down.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody. You hear what Natural Black just said? Progress and there's evidence. Progress and there's evidence. This morning, it's the 10th of July 2025. Good morning to you guys. I must say, this morning, it was my intention to play a rebroadcast. I have to be in court shortly, and I didn't want to delay it because I really wanted to get on top of this bitter litigation that I'm dealing with. But in doing my morning routine in relation to news and that kind of thing, I came across a live broadcast, right? Now, just let me say, I have no personal grievance against Conan Marshall. I have no personal grievance against Mr. Aswim. And for all those persons that I saw in that live, that I would usually see on this live, I'm asking you guys, because we're not friends on Facebook, me and Conan and me and Aswim, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name correctly. We're not friends on Facebook. So if you were one of the persons who was on that live this morning with Conan Marshall, the highlighters, whatever it's called, please tag them here. Mr. Conan Marshall, Mr. Aswim, I am inviting you onto this platform. Let us have a debate, right? Let's discuss development, 2015 to 2020, 2020 to 2025, or any period that you wish to focus in on. You understand? Any period that you wish to focus in on. I must address Otto, right? And for the life of me, I don't know what parent just look at the newborn child and name them Otto. It's best to name your soul and done. You understand me? But Otto, I saw that you told an outright lie on me on that live. You could see you start fluttering when you start lying because you knew it wasn't true. You said that I was on TikTok talking all sorts of stuff about black people. Otto, I am challenging you to present that video. I wish you were living in Guyana so I could have sued you. You understand? But you are overseas and you are unable to get touch. Well, I ain't got time with a long process for send people by your house and them kind of thing over there and them thing. Right? But I am challenging you, Otto. I am challenging you to provide proof on any TikTok. And I ain't been on TikTok in a while. I ain't deleting none of the videos. All are there. Please provide the proof of a TikTok with me. He said I was mimicking some audio saying black people is dogs and black people is this and that. Please, sir, provide that proof. I am saying that you're a nasty liar. You're a nasty liar. And that is the reason people don't support the grouping that you support. Because I have a lot of persons like you in there, Otto. A lot of persons like you that would tell outright lies. Look at Mr. Atwell. At one point, I got to ask if it's Melly Mel father because the lies was coming out of this guy. The lies was coming out of Atwell like when horse trotting or water flowing over Kaichor. Smooth, smooth, smooth. You could believe the testicular fortitude of Mr. Atwell? Could you believe that? You could believe that Mr. Atwell got the gall to say that installed, called President Ali installed. And up to now, the party that he supports, this mic on, I want to make sure y'all hearing me. The party that he supports, the flag in the background of his video, can't up to now show the SOPs. I asked Aubrey about it, he run, jump in the wrong vehicle. He told the general secretary for the PVP at some event that he got them, he gonna show them. Up to now. Up to now. And you know what's their biggest, you know what's the wooden stake in the heart of people like them? Do y'all know what is the wooden stake in the heart of people like Otto? And I won't even attack Aswim and Marshall because prior to Otto, we were having a healthy debate. Yes, there was a bit of over-talking, but we were having a healthy exchange of their views and my views on the situation. You understand me? Otto coming like a cross. I'm like, geez, who is this guy? And then, could you believe Otto, or Soul, whatever he named, could you believe he talking about voices on the ground. Otto talking about voices on the ground. Wretch, you don't even live in Guyana. I ain't saying nothing bad but diaspora Guyanese. But my point is, how are you lobbying for Guyanese out of Guyana? And that is why I say I would respect Conan Marshall. I would respect Aswim. Because despite they are putting out their narrative, despite how misleading it may be, they are here in the fight. They are here on the ground. They can talk about what's happening on the ground, even if they're lying. Even if they're lying. So people like Otto, I have no respect for. If y'all remember, I'm going to look for the video today. This guy, a big man pick him up from the airport. This wretch can't catch a Uber. He can't rent a car and go along the way. He call his friend to pick you up from the airport. Nothing wrong with her. Right? And he is doing a live. And in the live, this is Otto. In the live, he's looking at, I think it was a 4-lane road they're traveling down. And he's like, man, look at this shit. Why Guyana can't got this? Why Guyana can't got this? And you know what the big man turned and tell you? Because how could you compare Guyana to America, who had a hell of a jump start over Guyana? It's over 400 years. These Americans had an opportunity to build and establish themselves. Guyana now get a little oil. I ain't taking no calls today. Y'all don't call. I ain't taking no calls today. Right? Guyana now getting a little oil. And he talking madness. The big man said, this take time. This didn't happen overnight. This take time. You think America? Jeez, it's hot. I got tired of this AC. Y'all hold on. Hold on a second, please. These people get me. Hold on. Y'all hold on. Oh, it's hot in here. Oh. Yeah. Could you imagine, Otto? This unaccomplished wretch. And I bet you, wherever he there, he doing some junkalar thing over there, you know. Otto ain't got no accomplishment. Listen. I respect all them social media people from the States who just come home here once in a while and think. David Hines just come home. But Mark Benchcamp ain't been in a while. There are people just come home here, talk to triplets overseas, just come back and think. But wretches like Otto, you understand me? And he probably got automatic transmission. You never know. These guys, people like Otto, who don't have a clue what's going on the ground. Don't have a clue. Always have the most to say. The voices on the ground. When last you talk to Guyanese in person on Guyanese soil, Otto? You need to get away from here with that. Right? Then Aswim gonna talk about, there's a construction boom. And no, he said something about construction, and then they got some repair boom or something like that. Aswim, for somebody who is seemingly educated, that is a very dumb statement. Which contractor, born with knowledge about construction and contracting? It was acquired over time. Now, why would Aswim feel that John Jones, who get a contract to build a concrete road in Linden, could just collect the contract and decide that he can just go buy some cement, buy some BRC, throw it on the road, back the contract done? This is how naive these people are. John Jones got hire engineer to make sure anything measure out good. You know how much sandstone and thing are mixing, everything lay out. Plus, they have checks and balances. Oh God, the ministry got to come back and check the road. Now, could it be because of the hilly sand and clay area that you are living in that erosion happens more? So the subsurface for the concrete road disintegrate and it broke up? Everything's supposed to last forever? Mr. Aswim and Conan Marshall, you take us to Linden and show us a road the Grange administration built that is still standing up to now. You can't even take us and show us a broken up one because they didn't do any. Y'all are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, what gave me gratification? What gave me gratification is when Otto come on and said, how you gonna argue the man and you haven't even got evidence? Facts! Facts! You complaining, but who said what and who said what, and you have no evidence. Why aren't we trying to change that culture in Guyana? You are saying people are being victimized for talking about the problems. That is something we need to change. I am saying people are supposed to be able to say when things ain't going the way and so they could get help. How the hell else the government is supposed to know? How are they supposed to know? You provide no evidence of a 10-day work. At least I ain't see it. This is some life going around. I ain't see it. I didn't see it. Some 10-day worker on complaining about how they can get knocked off if they go to some rally or something like that. Where is the evidence? And that is what's important. You providing evidence to back up what you're saying. Who's supposed to believe you? Because you're who? Who are you? Are you a paragon of virtue? No. Everybody got some stupidnness to do in their lifetime. Conan Marshall pass the ID card in the back to get the cash grant before people. That's bad. Nobody running it down. Nobody harping on it. I only bringing it up because of the fact that you are not the most righteous one out there. So we don't have to believe everything you say. So if you're saying something, walk with something to corroborate it. What is backing up your story? Even if you're saying 30% of the Lindeners ain't happy, 70% happy. Because they get road now, they getting contract, the hospital upgrade, they getting new bridge, they getting 2 stadium, housing scheme, everything. They're getting what they want. They're getting what they want. And the fact is, Otto and Conan and Aswim, the Afrocentric government, the coalition administration, the only government that love black people in Guyana, the only government that care about black people, the only government that is willing to develop black people areas, the coalition government. But then, didn't see it fit. Didn't see it fit to even blow a little snot on Linden, to put in a housing scheme, to build your roads in Amelia's ward. I've heard this guy, a couple of sand roads current into concrete strips. Sir, if Granger was in power now, they would have still be sand road. They would have still been sand roads, sir. They would have still been sand roads. And that is how these guys are. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You hear how the PVP so hate Linden. They hate Linden. They want to do nothing in Linden. The PVP hate Linden. Oh, Linden. But look at that. Linden, most youth in Linden either get into forestry or mining. Whether they go GGMC or the Forest Commission, they get into those 2 sectors. The coalition government removed the labor office from Linden. So persons who in that sector, from that community, had to come out, go home, and then travel to town to look after the grievance when the mine boss say want pay or something. You understand me? That is the development that the coalition brought to those Afro-Guyanese youths in Linden. Close down the call center. Imagine. You don't complain about the call center. The money in plenty. If you got work on commission, this and that. You got a couple of people who say, you know something. These conditions might not be ideal. But guess what? Guess what? I want to earn something. And I can do this here until something better come. Y'all close it down. Is black people cheering was working there, Courdel Marshall? Is black people cheering was working at the call center as him? Well, Otto ain't gonna know because he don't come Guyana. You understand me? And these guys could sit there and play cost in the government. The coalition government had started the road to let them. They didn't build all the bridges on the way to on the road to let them. They didn't even vump on it. Your Linden Suzak Highway is currently being resurfaced. You know what David Patterson do? $2 billion he spent on a feasibility study. You understand me? That's the love they had for Lindeners. Check to see how feasible you guys were to spend money on. That's the kind of investment. And you got people like Aswim and Marshall trying to do what? Because the government for what? There's no country in this world where you will find 100% of the people happy with the administration. Not a country in the world. What madness you talking? Which country in the world that everybody rich? Everybody rich. Think about it. If everybody rich, we're going to have the garbage collector work. We're going to plumbing work and carpenter work. Well, them is money work. But you understand where I'm coming from? Everybody can't be rich. Now, my main issue with these guys, they have a lot of Guyanese right now. Afro, Indo, Amo, Chino, mix up Portuguese, European, whatever you want to call it. How much of races we got? Right? There are Guyanese in this country who made horrible decisions with their life. Your mother sent you to school, you went. You get involved in some stupidness. You have made horrible decisions. How is that the government responsibility to correct your worries? You got yourself living in whatever squatted area you're living there. You're supposed to follow the process, even if it's taking long. You can't justify your illegality with, oh, my circumstance. Who put you there? A lot of you had parents who invest time and energy to put you on the right path, and you decide, well, I want to do whatever I want. Now that your life is messed up, you can't get a good job, you can't benefit from. You know how much Guyanese ain't got a passport? You know how much Guyanese ain't got a passport? Or a driver's license or them kind of thing? You have not decided to invest in you. So your life hard. You can't live in a nice fancy house. You can't drive a fancy car. Now all of a sudden, does the government responsibility, because you won't go to school like your mother sent you. You ain't go down, break down to the Ministry of Labor, to the bit office, and do a course to make yourself marketable. So you got no accreditation. So nobody can hire you. So now does the government thought that you, in as they put it, abject poverty. Everybody got the same 24 hours. So if you decide that you will take your 24 hours and do stupidness with it with no contingency plan, how that fall at the foot of the government? What madness is this? What madness is this? You made whatever decision you make. So, people, like I told y'all, I wasn't doing a live this morning. But they cut me off. Otto come on like a champ. I wasn't doing a live this morning. I got to go to court. I got to go to the Nora court. So I wasn't coming off. I done schedule the rebroadcast. But I could not let it go. Could you imagine these guys? And like I said, I don't have... Oh man, is he walking around? I don't have a problem with Conan and Asu. You hear me? They seem like they are willing to engage in a debate, a sensible debate. You understand? So him say he want go tit for tat on who do and who do and who do and who do. Right? But I am saying you have to go tit for tat. Because whilst governments, it's their job to build roads, it's their job to build schools, it's their job to build hospitals, it's their job to do whatever. We have seen that they had governments who come and didn't doing them job. All I be asked is I be do them job. So when I hear people saying, oh, the cash grant money, that's taxpayers' money. Who give it to you? Who gave it to you? Was it Winston Jordan or was it Ashley Singh? Who was the finance minister that signed off on the checks? Who was the president that had the people in the mind to say, look, we making money, give back to the people? Who was the president? And that's what y'all got to remember. That's what y'all got to remember. Who gave it to you? Who went to Linden and say no something? Lindeners need to stop squatting. Let's regularize Fitzhope. Fitzhope that exists since 2015, you know. Fitzhope was around since 2015. And these people had no time with them people in the back there. Fitzhope had water, they had light. You understand me? And they had no time with the people at Fitzhope in Linden. None. It's Colin Crowell and Susan Rodriguez. Go to Linden and push housing. Push housing. All those young professionals. I got a cousin right now who living in a young professional house. And as God above me, if a lion God strike me down, I ain't call a soul, I ain't help you out, I ain't call minister nothing. Not a single thing. And no assistance from me. Not a single help from me. Me call a soul. She apply as a nurse and get through. I tell you another story. I have another cousin in Linden. You understand? You know, at one point during the coalition time, that young lady said to me, the only good coolie is a dead coolie. Right now, she enjoying contracts under the coolie government, as they put it. That the government who only like coolie people. I'm sorry for using the term. You understand? And these are the people who are complaining that they ain't getting opportunity and friends and family. Mind you, me help the cousin either. Come here, she don't even talk. I scroll in the pictures on Public Works page, and Babs, I see she sit down there with your documents. And it left me shocked. Because I said, well, this is the same person. This is the same person. And that is how I have noticed the PPPs operate. Look at some people who violate them. But in the thrust of unity, togetherness, oneness, the one Guyana, they're willing to work with everybody. Everybody. They're willing to work with everybody. But you're not going to get that over there. Over there is a bunch of replace and blame. Is who fault? Is you fault? Is me fault? Is she fault? Is who fault? Who will do what? Thing. Not a solution. Not a solution. I bet you up to now on the show, you won't get a solution to half the problems that they're raising. Look, they got talk about New Amsterdam. I was so glad that Akani Blair ups this guy. Oh, Burnham build these drains. Burnham build what? The Dutch build them thing and left them there. The Dutch build it and leave it there. Burnham didn't build nothing. At least not what you were talking about there. Why I could speak with these things with such authority is because I was in these communities. You understand? I was in these communities, walking around, not like friggin' auto, going we see on social media. On the ground, actually, walking and hearing the people complaining about what they're complaining about. Problems that are fixed now in New Amsterdam. You know what they won't tell you on that show? That New Amsterdam got a mayor and town council, you know. They're not going to say that to you. They're going to keep that information from you. So they're going to want to blame the government for the dump site that they got in the heart of New Amsterdam. They won't blame the government for the current state of the municipal market in New Amsterdam. They won't blame the government for how they're treating the vendors in New Amsterdam. But you're not going to hear Cone and Marshall talking about that, you know. When you hear people complaining in New Amsterdam, they're not complaining about regional issues. It's issues at the local level, the township level. I'm sorry, not national issues, it's at the township level. You understand me? They are complaining that they have a PNC-led council that is doing nothing for them. And these guys could sit on their show, especially Mr. Atwell. Now here, I realize, well, Atwell is a big man, and, you know, they give it the respect, and, you know, trying to allow we just to talk we want. Just, you know, he can say what he want. He big and all, so he can say what he want. No, sir. No. You can't talk about 47 ballot box when you were talking about the bed sheet. You can't talk about 47 ballot box when the most competent interlocutors said the PVP win the election. You can't talk about 47 ballot boxes when you have not shown your winning SOPs. Elections is less than a month away, or just about a month away, or a little over a month away. Right? And up to now, Aubrey Norton can't even save his party face and say, well, look, we're talking about it, but watch. Look at that here. We'd actually win, but we love you. We don't want to embarrass you. Look, we show you. Look. Not a bloody soul. We didn't see the SOPs. We didn't see the Russians. We didn't even see the right bill for the Lamborghini. I'm bringing in everybody in this story, but I can't. Everybody gets abused this morning. Avex. I ain't even said morning to my viewers, nothing. These people are dastardly. You understand me? They are dastardly. So they will mislead people about what's happening in the township in New Amsterdam. They're going to tell them about the 2 mega pump the government put in to make sure New Amsterdam's not flood. They're going to tell them about all the roads and the footpaths they do in New Amsterdam. They're going to tell them about the stadium at Palmyra. They're going to tell them about the hotel at Palmyra. They're going to talk about the airport at Palmyra, just outside of New Amsterdam, that New Amsterdam people will benefit from jobs for. They will not tell you that. They're going to tell you how the government pushing the hemp industry in Linden, Region 10. They're going to mention the bridge that Conan and Aswim just got to wait on either side to cross one at a bloody well time if you go in a certain direction. They're going to tell you that. They will not carry you over on Mackenzie side to the burial ground and show you how the township, the municipality, the mayor, that they said they had to abuse the self. Got it? The useless waste of a... We did, but I keep forgetting this man's name. He's so irrelevant. Oh, God, what do you mean in the name again? Sharma Solomon. Useless Sharma Solomon. No legacy. As James Bond said, what legacy? What legacy? All these guys holding public office, mayor, deputy mayor, at the time, minister this, director general that, Mr. President, Mr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vice president. You understand me? All these things, and they will come out of those positions and have no legacy. They can't, Sharma Solomon can't drive around Linden in another 4 or 5 years, let me say 10, 15 years. God bless you with life. So that he could drive around Linden and have nothing to show his grandchildren or family to say, hey, when I was mayor, I make sure to build this, you know. No thing. Sometimes I wish I could cuss up on the show. Yeah, I'm telling you, he cannot in another 15 years drive around with his grandchildren and say, you know, kids, I was mayor this town, you know. I make sure to put us in here. And you see the door over the boat landing, that was weird. Oh, I make sure to got us. That a bloody well thing. He and Devin Sears. They have no track record in Linden. Other than being some of the loudest voices talking the most foolishness. You understand? And Jamal Daly, let me tell you something, brother. Anybody who decides to vote for T. Mohammed's, that's their business. But sensible Guyanese who have the heart of the well-being of the country at heart won't want to involve themselves like that. Just the other day, or I should say just yesterday, somebody messaged me because yesterday I did a rebroadcast. And I think it was a rebroadcast where I spoke about the two Cuban doctors who are here, who currently scrounging for work. I don't know if they're here, but I'm thinking they're here legally because you can't get to Cuba here illegally. You fly, you have the boat right land. But my point is, one is a surgeon, and one is a general practitioner, right? And one was supposed to come to be my maid, and the other one was fighting to get a work at a wash pay, to wash car. Right? Jamal Daly, I understand that you might be in full stupid mode right now. But my point to you is sanctions have implications, not just on the idiots that do the stupidness, but the innocent Guyanese who ain't know nothing or ever sit down in a Lamborghini. You understand? No, I could understand. Well, Jamal Daly. Wait, let me see if it's the same person I'm thinking it is. Let me see. Who is Jamal? Got the Daly name sound familiar. Nah. You look triple stupid. Me know you. This is you look at the photo and you're like, nah, bye. This person look like beer ignorance. Don't engage. But anyway, at the end of the day, these people will have no legacy ever, or none that they can go back on to say, well, look at what we did, especially in areas dominated by Afro-Guyanese. And that is my main point. I was going to block you, Jamal, but I said, no, I got to try to impart knowledge into people like you. Because the level of stupidity that you're exhibiting here, you understand? It could be dangerous to us as a country. You understand me? So we got to try and nip that in the bud. So I ain't going to block you. Anyway, guys, I calm down. Otto gets me hot. I like I said, I don't have an issue with Conan and Aswim. And I am hoping I made some calls to some people in Linden to extend an invitation to come here. Right? Come on this show. And let's have an exchange. Let's have a healthy exchange, like as Mr. Aswim wanted, as Mr. Marshall wanted. And I tried my best to stick to their rules of allowing people to talk all the time and then you respond. But if you go back to the video, they caught me. I wasn't done. But anyway, like I said, guys, I gotta head to court. At the end of the day, facts are the things that facts is the biggest enemy of people like Otto and Aswim and Conan Marshall. And like I said, I ain't got a problem with them too. They got a different view from me, but at least we could have an intellectual debate. Otto is an idiot. Otto is a complete idiot. I am saying that. Me forehead big, but Otto is a big-headed idiot. If you see how he treat the gum like a little pig on the show, let's show you. Wait. I come and have this show here just now. Let me show you how the boy is a little pig. And all this stuff is about hype with them. You understand? Conan. All this is about hype with them. Hold on. Like a little pig. The man said that I said black people is dogs, and I said, what, me? Me, brother? And the fact that he had to go to that, what, a man still on the show? Now we talking about the American Secretary of State. Like every friggin' road in America is a good road. I just like tell you, Otto is such a friggin' idiot. This boy, listen, 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 listen. I gotta go to court. Y'all be good Guyanese. I am hoping that we could have those guys here. Let's engage. Hopefully they can come with their facts then. You understand? Hopefully they can come with their facts then. Because again, could you imagine you're going to do a show like this? Because me and Conan doing the same thing, right? We use our online platform to share a message, to share information. So you gonna come on a show and ain't do no research? You won't gather no information to bolster the points you want to make? You won't gather nothing to say, well, oh, look, I almost lose it. I got to bring it this one. So Conan Marshall said to me on this live again, putting out the false narrative that the Charles Rose School in Linden closed down. Right? So I had to interject. So I said, Conan, all right, well, hold on. Let me deal with this thing on Facebook. Okay? Hold on. Sorry. I don't want no Team Muhammad's people here. Please, y'all, please stay away. I don't want to get sanctioned. I won't be able to see or contact each other. So Black Rep GY 83 key swear. Goodbye. Right. Me want to people posting nothing but Team Muhammad's here and the Team Muhammad's party. Please. I don't want no kind of American scrutiny. Please. Please. Thank you. Anyway, listen, like I said, Conan, Aswim, I'm inviting you to come here at a later date. Allow everybody to do their research and get their information, their factual information. Conan Marshall, if you could go into Congress, please. If you could go into Congress, please, and get the SOPs, steal them, something, take a picture of them or something, and bring them out and show us. You understand? I will apologize on my knees. I will get on my knees and apologize to Mr. Atwell. But until then, he need to shut his old ass up because I don't know what the hell he talking. Right? Bare foolishness. Please don't bring Mr. Atwell if y'all coming. I promise you guys, just as you guys gave me an opportunity to make my points, I will do the same. You have some time to speak. I have some time to speak. Everybody can make the points. But don't bring Otto. Don't bring Mr. Atwell. Right? And if you guys come and you bring the winning SOPs, to at least show them on this show. We can put them up on the screen, let the people see and count the votes and stuff. On that very live, I will get on my knees and beg for forgiveness from Mr. Atwell. Right? Until then, When you're using the term installed, you need to shut the hell up. Shut the hell up until the SOPs are shown. And based on my knowledge and what the most competent interlocutors said, they use GCOM SOPs. Right? So we know what GCOM owns said. We had an idea what PPP owns said. Can they post up the own online? We know what some of the small parties own said. And those three corroborate. Those three got things in common. They have numbers in common. They have totals in common. The SOPs that Mr. Atwell is holding on to, I could have knuckled you this morning about 47 boxes. The SOPs that you are lamenting about, Mr. Atwell, we have not seen. We know about those 47 boxes because persons either went into them or where I don't know where I get the information from. You understand? And I was also made aware that some of those boxes that did have the information, the people who then put the presiding officer said the instruction come from the RO. People like Mengo, people who are at the level of Mengo. Don't put it in there to discredit the elections. You understand? So until you come with those SOPs, sir, you drink your Ensure, you watch a little cricket, and you relax yourself and enjoy the rest of the time you got to this earth and enjoy the development you see under this administration. Like I said to them, I am not a member of the PPP, but I am supportive of good governance. I can see people's life improving. I just give 2 examples. My cousin in London who gets your house, a young professional, and my racist other cousin who getting government contracts now. You understand me? So I am just making y'all aware. And at the end of the day, I am saying to you, anything I tell you here, I could corroborate with evidence. So I still got a message which is said, you only good Kuli, is a dead Kuli. I could take you to Linden now and introduce you to my cousin who get the young professionals and let her tell you herself. Norman Aziz, the name is Courdel, not Carlton. Right? Courdel, not Carlton. I could take you to Linden now to my Nora's cousin and say, I let her tell you herself that I had no hand in her getting her house lot. She applied like a regular guy these and get through. You understand? Like a regular guy these and get through. And I could show you the message of what my cousin said about Hindu Guyanese. And we were talking about Bar Jagdew at the time. It was more specific to him. You understand me? I could show you the messages. I could even show you because when I saw she got the contract, I messaged her and I said exactly what she said to me then. The only good Kuli is a dead Kuli. You know what she said? That was the past. I've matured now. I see you. I try. But we hated on nobody. Blessings on everyone. And that is not to chastise her or to belittle her. That's why I can't do name. But people who know me and know my family and Linden knows what we're talking about. And she can't start lying. If she start lying, I can show the proof. So if you want, you can sue me. But I got the proof. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you, despite persons' political affiliation in Linden, New Amsterdam, Sophia, Albaistown, areas, Moko, areas that are predominantly Afro-Guyanese, we see that the government is investing in those areas. We see things that we didn't see when the pro-Afro-Guyanese government was in power. So, Burnham Boulevard in Mocha get built over by the not Burnham party. Right? The Linden Suzaik Highway, that name after Linden Forbes Burnham, getting built over by the not Linden party. According to them. So, look, I gotta get out of here, guys. I really gotta go. Look, y'all have a wonderful day. Don't forget today at 2 p.m. the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party will be having his press conference. So ensure you guys tune in to hear what's going on around the political arena. Don't forget this Saturday at Kitty Deer, the PVP will also be having their campaign launch. So persons can come out, support, hear the vision for the future, listen to some of the plans in the manifesto and how President Ali plans to take Guyana forward for his second term, the next 5 years here, right? And just imagine what we've seen in 5 years. Just imagine what will happen in another 5 years. Every time I pass over the Demerara Harbor Bridge, I almost get into an accident looking at the new Demerara River crossing. I don't know, but for some reason, like, I always felt like I had to go somewhere else to see a project like that. Suriname had a bridge of that magnitude for eons. I think the first time I went to Suriname was years ago, even before the APNU came into office, and they already had the big bridge. So now that we're moving forward, and what other point of order? No, I ain't gonna mention that. But anyway, I'm glad to see what's happening in this country. There's no way that this government can make every single Guyanese happy, can make every single Guyanese a millionaire. It's no way. Stop blaming the government for your poor judgment in life. Right? Take some responsibility for the actions you took to get you to this point. That is very important. Anyway, as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down.